This is the story of a village. This village consists of around 500 people. They have a beautiful temple, and one fine evening, one of the villagers saw a yogi, a monk, sitting under a banyan tree which is next to the temple. He went there because this monk is not seen before. He goes there to take the blessings and asks about Swamiji's whereabouts. The monk says that I have been traveling and I will be staying in every temple around for a week or two, and then I move on to the next village or maybe the next city. And the villager was very happy, and he asks if it is possible that we get this opportunity that we come every evening and take some sessions with you so that we learn a little more about our life and maybe about spirituality. The yogi says, yeah, sure, why not? And then he informs everyone in the village, and everybody in the next evening they come there. They sat in front of this yogi, and he opened his eyes from his meditation and starts talking about spirituality and answering all their questions. And as he was answering, the yogi also started talking about how life situations can be handled properly and how some problems can be tackled. He also started giving solutions to their life problems. There is one guy sitting on the back, raises his arm, and he says, "Can I ask you a question?" Swamiji says, "Sure." And he says, "Sorry, it would look like a very silly question, but because you are answering so many wonderful questions, don't you think you can solve our very significant issue?" Swamiji is like, "Yeah, sure, why not? What's the issue?" And the guy says, "See, we have a very dangerous snake nearby." And he says, if you see on the right side of the banyan tree, so nearby you see a very big ant hill, and that's where there is a very dangerous snake. And because of this, we always get scared to come to the temple, go around the banyan tree, and anything that is nearby the temple, we are always scared. And Swamiji says, "Oh, why not? I'll do one thing. I'll make sure that I'll teach some yoga, some spirituality to the snake also. Do not worry. The moment I leave from here, it should be fine." And everybody is taking their blessings and they're leaving. And this happens for a week. And before Swamiji leaves, he goes to the snake. Because this yogi had some supernatural powers, he could invite the snake to come out and starts talking to the snake. He starts explaining all the spiritual powers to the snake, and the snake starts saying like, "Wow, that's amazing. Like, it's about yoga, it's about detachment, it's about self-control." The snake starts thinking very differently from a dangerous snake to a beautiful yogi snake. And because of the supernatural powers of the yogi, the snake starts becoming a yogi. And it starts understanding everything about all the principles and philosophies of yoga, and the snake is very happy now. And the snake says, "I'm really sorry for whatever that I have done until now. I didn't know anything about life can be led like this. I didn't know the practical aspects of spirituality. I want to live like you, and I want to get the blessings from you. I want to live like a snake that has become a yogi." And the Swamiji is very happy, and he says, "Great, amazing. So I'll do one thing. Because you have become such a wonderful student of mine, I generally don't do this, but this time I will come back after a month just to check out how are you doing." And the snake says, "Great deal. So you can see a great student in me in the next 30 days. Swamiji says, "Great, wonderful. Then I'll take a leave now." And now the snake is about to start its meditation. And now sometimes it's inside the anthill, sometimes it's coming out, having its good vibes, positive vibes around, and starting to meditate. Now as the snake starts meditating, there is this news that this snake has become a yogi. It is not dangerous anymore. Now there are some naughty kids around who generally come to the temple, walk around there, play around in front of the temple. They get to know that this snake is not dangerous. One of the kids pelts a stone to the snake, very small stone. It hits the face of the snake, and the snake gets angry, but then it remembers all the teachings of the yogi, and it starts thinking, there will be some distractions in the path of yoga, in this path of spirituality. So you shouldn't get distracted. You should focus on your self-control. Now it doesn't do anything. Now there is another kid throwing another stone. The snake does not do anything. So now it's kind of a game for the kids. They start throwing stones at the snake. Now snake does not know, should I run away, should I stay back? And after unbearable pain, it goes back into the anthill. The same thing happens next day also. Even the villagers also are not scared anymore, and they start sometimes scaring the snake, sometimes throwing stones at the snake, and thereafter every single day was hard to live as the snake starts bleeding. Now it has become very difficult time for the snake, and still the snake is very persistent. It just wants to practice spirituality, and whatever is happening for the physical body, it does not do anything, because the snake knows now that it is not the physical body, it is the mind that should be controlled. With a very strict self-control, the snake has attained that kind of non-violent character. But physically it is bleeding every single day. It hardly can move now. Now it's almost a month, and the yogi is coming back to check out whether the snake is doing well or not. And as he comes to the anthill now, he starts looking at the bleeding snake, and the yogi says, "What happened to you?" And the snake says, nothing happened to me, but my physical body is bleeding. I feel like I would die anytime. I don't have good food. I can't really go and get my food. It's a hard life right now. What kind of spirituality is this? Am I doing it right? I'm really doing everything that you said. The yogi says, I assume there is something wrong, because this is not spirituality. You should have taken care of your physical body. And the snake says, whatever that you said, I have practiced. But how come the kids are throwing stones at you? The snake says, maybe that's their karma. I'm not doing anything. I'm meditating. Oh, so there is something wrong. Okay, when they throw the stones at you, what do you do? The snake says, I meditate. Okay, but don't you do just like, just show your face and make them scared? No. I'm a yogi snake, so I completely focus on my meditation. Now yogi is speechless. He says, see, I said, don't be dangerous. I said, practice non-violence. I did not say, don't show violence. And I did not say you should not show what has to be shown. Like as a snake, you should look dangerous. You should not be dangerous. There is a difference. You show anger. I never said you should not show anger. I said control your anger within. Oh, so there is a difference. Yeah, of course there is a difference. You should show anger when it is needed, but you will not have anger inside. When you look at the kid, and if they are doing something wrong, and you will not be really angry, but you will still show anger inside you. Maybe you are still laughing at the innocence of the kid, but still outside you will be showing the anger. When you show anger, you have a complete control on your emotion. When you are angry, you don't have a control. And yogi says, this is what I meant. You should show everything that is needed to live in this life. But all those negative emotions which are expressed outside are not there inside. It is just showing when it is needed in life. So this is a great lesson for all of us. Sometimes in the name of spirituality, we may get confused between these two. Respond to the situation, do not react. If you need to, when we say that you should practice spirituality, you have to practice within. At the same time, whatever that is needed to express in different layers of our emotions, you need to express those emotions. At the same time, you are not carrying them inside. Particularly when it comes to anger, show it when it is needed. And sometimes very sattvic anger really helps. When you stand up for injustice, that is a sattvic anger. You need to have that kind of anger within as a socially responsible person. In the same way, have a control over the emotions inside so that it doesn't disturb you, the mental lake that you carry within. I hope this story adds some value to your life. See you in the next video. Namaste.